Okay, here goes game number two. Again, I'm only going to play a single game because I'm more concerned seeing how I play against matchups. Um, just kind of testing the waters here. Last time I played an Infect deck and it did very well against the Infect deck. And so let's see how it does against the next deck. This is a pretty good hand. Anytime you can get the Blade Master down early is good. The Chalice, hopefully we can power into Contagion Engine, and at some point we'll get the blue we need. So no, we do not want to mulligan. Let's see what our opponent is going to do. And I hope he doesn't have to mulligan. It's not a real good indication of whether or not your deck is powerful or not, or whether or not it works or not, if you're playing against a undermatched or out of luck opponent. So that's why you go to tournament practice, is not to win necessarily, but to learn. And I am here to learn how this deck works against different matchups. And hopefully he's there. Must be having a hard choice on whether or not to keep or get rid of. The other thing about matchups in the tournament practice game is I'm not 100% against just conceding the match and going and playing again, because your time is valuable. And right now he's spent over a minute of my time doing whatever it is he's doing. So I'll see, give him the courtesy, ask him if he's there. I mean, it's one thing if he's, yeah, I'm waiting on this, trying to decide. It's another thing if he just completely left, and why he would even be in the tournament practice room if he's not there, I don't know. Why he would have just joined the game, I don't know. Okay, forget that. Concede this game. Let's start another one. We want to see results. And the draft I was in earlier just looks like the person who beat me won. That's not really that comforting, but still, sometimes knowing that your deck went up against the tournament winning deck and to some degrees held its own. Here, I don't like the early nothing, but I'm going to hope to draw into it. I like the fact that I have both of my planeswalkers. I'm just getting greedy here. I really should have given that back. Yeah. So, we'll see. Maybe he'll have a slow grow. Oh, it looks like another Infect deck. Infect definitely is popular. Rosewater knew what he was doing in that respect. Fortunately, I got the Blade Master, drew into that, which is a little lucky, but I knew it was in the deck somewhere. Because first strike against Infectors is, I mean, it's more important than against a lot of other things, because, you know, with that Infect, it has the Wither effect also, and if you can first strike and it can't even get that off, you can kind of shut it down. Now, interesting here, he's got the Spell Bomb, the Soaring Sea Cliff, so he definitely has some flight strategy. I wonder if he's going to pump also. Yep. So we're at 4 poison. This could be a very quick game. Looks like we were fortunate in our draw, able to get a flyer to maybe hold him off a little bit longer. The other thing about that is it's possible that his deck is running virtually no removal. I know some of the aggro decks, Infect decks, kind of, I mean, they're all offense, and so in place of removal. They just have more pump spells. So if that is the case, he gives it flight, yep. And then if he attacks in and decides to pump it, and then our raptor will die. If he decides not to pump it, he'll probably regenerate it, but at least we could block it for a couple turns. I think we definitely have to block. And then once we get Jace out, I'm not against using Jace just to send cards back to his hand. Although I would like to first use Jace to draw into something before we send it back to his hand. Right now he has no flying option, so he's not really as much of a threat. And I would like to get a proliferate card, which we did not, but we got another of our first strikers. And they may be the ones who toe the line in this matchup. And then next turn, the Venser may end up being more valuable for his unblockable ability than for the rest of it. Okay, so yeah, you can't even attack in. And that means it's going to start getting really ugly for him here pretty soon. Okay, before we do that, I think we're going to be drawing with the Jace instead. So let's see what we can draw. Contagion Engine is on its way soon. That is awesome. Let's send back a couple land. We already played our land for the turn. So let's put out the Blade Master. And this is what the deck's supposed to do. Too bad that we've had two matchups against Infect, because the way it's looking, Infect is not very good against our deck, which is not all bad. Attacking with our flyer may have been a tactical error. We'll see whether or not he has a way to give flight to his Mamba. That's the danger with Infect, is it can kill you so quickly. 6 damage is definitely not out of the question. But hopefully he doesn't have flight and enough to deal that damage. And we just never know until we try. Definitely should have played that before I attacked. That was... Got to talking and my dog started barking at stuff and I make dumb plays. So I could have him at 6 life. Although in this situation I don't think it's really going to matter. Nope, we got the win. Okay. Let's try one more game. I'll be right back and we'll see if we can find a different matchup.